Hello and welcome everyone. So in this second video of chapter 11, so we will discuss about the calculating heat transfer coefficient for the shell side or for the steam side. So before that we need to know certain parameters. So we will discuss those parameters. So let's consider the single tube, and around the tube there is a liquid film and steam. So here we have the tube. So this is indicating the tube wall. This is indicating the tube wall, and this is the another tube wall. So tube wall, basically this cut section of the single tube, and inside the tube the liquid is flowing inside the tube, and above the tube there is a liquid film. So this is indicating the liquid film, and above the liquid film there is a steam. So this is the steam portion. So we have the liquid inside the tube, then the tube wall, and then the liquid film, and then we have steam. So the steam temperature is T saturation near the wall, near the liquid film. It is the temperature is T saturation, and the temperature of the tube is TW. That is TW wall. T wall is the near the tube, and the liquid inlet temperature is T1 and outlet temperature is T2. So we can calculate the liquid average temperature T1 plus T2 over 2. So as for the film temperature is the average of the wall temperature and the steam temperature. So the average of the two is the film temperature. So after knowing these parameters, we can move forward. So we want to calculate the heat transfer coefficient. So let's have a look at the heat transfer coefficient for the steam side. So for the steam side, the heat transfer coefficient for the condenser is this. So this comes from the correlation. So what are the parameters that it need? So this is the number of tubes, and this is viscosity of the liquid, outer diameter of the tube, saturation temperature, wall temperature, conductivity, density, and the heat of latent heat, basically the heat of condensation or heat of vaporization. So these are the quantities that we need for calculating the heat transfer coefficient for the steam side. Okay, so as for the properties of the liquid film, like the conductivity of the film, density of the film, viscosity of the film, these properties should be taken, that all the properties of the liquid should be taken at the film temperature. So calculating the film temperature is important in this case. So we will see that how we calculate the film temperature. So once we know the film temperature and it's a liquid film, then we can go to the water table, and then we can find the properties at that temperature. So knowing the temperature of the film is important here. Okay, so how do we calculate the film temperature? So the film temperature is the average of wall temperature and saturation temperature of the steam, as we saw here, like the wall temperature and the average temperature of the saturation steam, and the saturation steam temperature, and the average of the two is basically the film temperature. So the film temperature need wall temperature, and how do we calculate the wall temperature? So when we set up the equality of the heat transfer from inside heat transfer coefficient to outside heat transfer coefficient, then we can obtain this kind of expression. Okay, so from using this expression we can find the wall temperature. So to find the wall temperature, what we need the average temperature of the liquid. So this average temperature is given here, this one. We can find the this is average temperature of the liquid inlet plus outlet over 2, and it need the heat transfer coefficient for the shell side, that is for the steam side, but that we don't have, because that is the our purpose is to calculate that. So in the beginning, because it's a it will be a iterative method. So in the beginning, so we will assume some value for the heat transfer coefficient for the shell side, and T saturation we can see from the steam table, and the tube side heat transfer coefficient we have to calculate before we do this process. So the HT, the tube side heat transfer coefficient, we can calculate before, and H naught we will assume for the first iteration, and T saturation from the steam table, and T average the average liquid temperature, and then we will calculate the T wall. And once we know the wall temperature, then we can make the average of the wall and saturation temperature to find out the film temperature. And once we know the film temperature, we can calculate the properties at the film temperature to find out the heat transfer coefficient for the shell side or for the steam condensation. So this will complete your one iteration. Then you have to repeat this process and go back and use this formula to find the T wall again, and now you have the value of H naught. You don't need to assume it anymore, because you did one iteration, and out of that you will get this H naught. So when you have H naught, then you can calculate T wall. So this is the procedure for calculating the heat transfer coefficient for the shell side, and once we have the both coefficient, the inside or outside heat transfer coefficient, then rest of the procedure we will follow the same as in the case of shell and tube heat exchanger to find out the overall heat transfer coefficient, and then find out the heat transfer, etc.